Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatharini Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Param Anandamadhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanitraya Namaste Pankajangriye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. How is everyone? I'm so happy, excited, glad to be in your Sangha today.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hello, Pranam.
Oh, इसी लक्ष्य वेदहि
Krishna.
नव्या अवनी अथर्व संपदा आश्रित विनीता and then Naina Sahas and then probably I think Shilpa Mataji's children Jashit Nishita Ansh Smishti Ethereal Ayush Arna Haribol Malini who's Malini Vinita Tharv. Okay, everyone type in one or two words how you're feeling. Try to share something positive, try to share something interesting. Because when we share, when we, our enthusiasms help others. Anyone wants to share anything fun, exciting, adventurous you did in the last week besides your normal studies and, your normal routine and stuff? Anything fun, exciting, adventurous, creative? Anyone wants to share anything special from last week? I saw all of your projects, by the way. Oh my God, I was so mesmerized. I was so mesmerized. I'm being so honest and genuine that you all did so much hard work, right? And delivered this wonderful videos. I have not watched all, but I have watched most of them, which were submitted by today afternoon. And a few are pending, which I'll watch very soon. Wonderful. Excellent work. Anyone wants to share their experience while collaborating on this project? Anyone wants to share their experience? Did you learn something besides, the content you made, but I want to know more about the experience collaborating with the team. Anyone would like to share? Yeah, please try to work with me. It'll be easier. I want you to volunteer, not voluntold, right? So please share. The more you share, the more our learning will go, right? When we share, our learning enhances. And this is a very fun, interactive, safe environment. We're all friends. Okay. Yes, Vinita. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, when I first started this project, I thought it would be a little bit difficult to coordinate since all of us live in different cities and we wouldn't be able to meet up in person or anything like that. But I found that since everyone was giving their all into this project and everyone had their hearts in this project, it was easy to coordinate and we were able to work together really nicely to get it done. So.
Wow. So well said. When there's a will, there is a way. And when our hearts are aligned, we want to do it for Krishna, for Prabhupada. And then hard things become easy. Wonderful. Yes, Athar, what's on your mind?
felt nice to like collaborate with people that I didn't know like much about, and it
Uh-huh.
felt like good to like get to know them, and it felt
Wonderful.
like really good to complete it and finish the project. And yeah.
Yes. How many of you are feeling accomplished after doing it? Right? Is there a sense of accomplishment? Initially, it seems hard. How will we coordinate? I don't know my, team member, you know, and that's a natural state. But when we get through that hurdle, we feel, oh, yes, we did it. Wow, I'm so excited. That's wonderful, right? So that happens with all great things in life. Initially, it's hard, right? But keep moving. Don't stop. I shared a recently article also. Some of you may have read about the sprinter, right? Okay, how many of you made some new friends through this project? I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you all have some new friends. And I voluntarily kind of decided the group based on, similar common factors, right? It's very hard to do that, but whatever best I could do. So you have new friends. You have more Krishna conscious friends, right? So we always need good friends, Krishna conscious friends. Okay, Ansh has joined first time. So everyone give a special emoji to Ansh. Because Ansh is very, very bright student. I was there last week with him and I learned so many things from him. So many things. I'm so glad to have his Sangha and learn from him more. I'm very excited. Everyone is giving so nice celebration. They're celebrating because you are here. How are you feeling today?
More than good, excellent.
Awesome. Okay, so what we will do today is a very special topic. So who knows the topic for today? It's about feedback. Hmm? Giving and receiving feedback, right? How many of you have given feedback? Raise your hand, right? How many of you have received feedback? Hmm? How many of you like to receive feedback? Okay. How many of you like to give feedback? Interesting. Isn't this dynamic interesting? Okay, tell me in your words, what is feedback important? How does it help and stuff like that? Let's talk about the importance of feedback real quick. You will share, you can use your typing your chat box also. And a few will respond. The more you engage, the more we learn. Yes, Vedehi followed by Navi.
Hare Krishna. So for in my case, like especially this school year, because I'm taking AP Art, so we have every 2 weeks we have something called Critique Day, which is where everybody has to give and receive feedback on their certain pieces of that week. And so from that, I realized just how important it is because not only it's good to get another like view, because if you're staring at the same thing maybe like 2 weeks, then you get tired of it and you might not see your mistakes or get like maybe new fresh ideas is also good.
Very nice. Wonderful. Excellent points, Navya. What's on your mind?
I think feedback is sometimes important because often you can't realize your own mistakes, but other people can see it. Sometimes you think you're doing everything like really good and then you realize you made a lot of mistakes. But it's also important not to be harsh while you're giving feedback or the other person might not try again.
I mean, every time I am with all of you, I am learning so much. That's my genuine feedback. Every time, really, I mean it. Not just saying just to bring a smile on your face, but I really learn a lot from you. Although you may be younger in age, but you bring so much value to my life and to the learning, right? We all bring our unique perspectives, value. So you're helping each other to be a better person. So this will be our topic for today, okay? And we have lots and lots of wonderful stories to cover. We have lots of wonderful content to cover. if time willing, I will also try to run a quick video. And next week we'll have Kahoot for the Kahoot moderators on this topic. So this is inspired by, I was reading an article in the Back to Godhead magazine, which I think most of you get. If you don't get and you would like to, you can reach out to me. We'll be happy to arrange that. So this was a very interesting and very inspiring article, The Art of Giving and Receiving Feedback. So inspired by His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, whom you all know very well. He has come here multiple times in our Zoom sessions to enlighten us. He has written multiple books, wonderful devotee, wonderful soul, with a lot of knowledge and practical wisdom. Okay, so are we all ready to delve deep into this? Who is ready? Give a thumbs up or share some emoji if you're really ready into. Okay, so before we begin, let's offer some prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you again, my dear friends, dear Vaishnavas, for joining for this wonderful sessions. So we'll talk about why feedback matters, what is, why is it important, the qualities required for feedback, how to give, how to receive. A lot of stories we'll try to cover based on time and some combinations, what's good, what's good, bad, etc. And this is such a relevant topic that whether you are a 5-year-old, 10-year-old, or a 50-year-old, or anywhere in between, or 80-year-old, anyone and everyone can derive benefit, whether you're a student, a professional, a mother, a father, anyone will derive benefit. So this is a very, very important topic and is very practical, but we'll try to see that from the lens of the scriptures. So feedback, it's a beautiful gift, right? If taken in right perspective, right? If taken in wrong perspective, we'll feel, hey, who are you to tell me what right, what wrong? Mind your own business, right? It can be taken in wrong perspective. The beautiful gift of feedback can become a criticism, complaint. Hey, how dare you say this to me? You don't know I'm already so bright. It's an art too. How to share, when to share, why to share, whom not to share. Would you like to share feedback? Person who is too proud? No, right? So we'll learn about what are the qualities for receiving and giving feedback. So it promotes self-awareness, as I think Vedai and Navya said. It tells you, it helps us to find our blind spots. Some things we are not able to see. There are always, is there anyone here? Raise your hand if you have, if you're perfect and there's nothing to improve in your life. Okay, flip the question. If you think there is something to improve in your life, if you can do some things better, raise your hand. Hunch, you're perfect. Try to work, try to engage, right? So raise your physical hand, electronic hand, either way. So we all agree that we have some areas for improvement. We all agree. But sometimes we may not be aware of those. So a genuine feedback from a genuine person could help us see things which we may not be able to see. Correct? It helps us to bring out the best. It promotes growth. It strengthens relationship. If done rightly, if you are receiving feedback from the right person in the right way, then you will feel that your relationship has strengthened? Anyone felt that? Raise your hand if you have felt that your relationship strengthened. Because that person was genuine. It could be your father, your mother, your teacher, your mentor. So now we'll talk about different, types of or combinations of feedback, giver and feedback receiver. Sometimes the feedback giver, right, the one who's giving feedback, could be good, but the receiver, both could be genuine. Sometimes the giver is talking in the right sense, but the receiver is, don't dare tell me anything. I am already perfect. Sometimes the giver has bad intentions, but the receiver is very, very mature. And by the way, if you need these slides, I'll give it to you. So don't write everything, but write things which really strike you, or write things which maybe I'm covering it and not here. Try to not just write everything, because I want you to focus on listening also. But take something really strikes you, feel free to write it down in your notebook or notepad, whatever. And then bad, good. The feedback giver is bad or does not have good intention, but the receiver is good. And finally, the receiver is not appropriate, and neither the giver is appropriate. Is everyone okay here so far? Shall we watch a quick video? You like videos? We'll watch a quick video. Okay, it's about 3 minutes, and it tells a little bit about the importance of feedback. So let's watch it. people. So, how was it? Did everyone get it? Was interesting, right? What was your key takeaway from the video? Would you like to type in the comment? What was your key takeaway? And one or two can speak. Anyone? Who would like to verbalize it? There. I'm so glad you're so active today. Haribol, go ahead.
The fox never gave up.
Please come close to the microphone.
The fox never gave up, and he never stopped working hard for it.
Okay, he never stopped. But okay, very good. We should listen to advice, don't neglect feedback as it's beneficial for us. Excellent. Putting aside ego, right? First, the other person gave him the feedback and said, hey, to hell with your feedback. I know what to do, right? Very interesting. So let's dive deeper into the different categories of the feedback. Okay. So everyone gets this, like good, bad, etc. The first category and the best, of course, good, right? So the receiver is genuine, right? And the giver is also genuine. The one who is giving feedback, right, which is an area for improvement, constructive feedback, is genuine. It does not have bad intention. He's a well-wisher or like a guru, like a parent, mentor, teacher, right? He or she is honest. They're willingly desiring to help this person. They're not trying to just bring out the fault. Hey, you did this wrong. No, that's not the intention, but they're genuinely trying and has healthy relationship, right? Would you like to receive feedback from a random stranger? No. But when someone where you have healthy relationship, where you know that this person is my genuine, uh, it could be a teacher, mother, father, that they genuinely care good for me, then it would be appropriate. And what about the receiver? The receiver, yes, they made some mistake. Maybe it was incidental or accidental. They did not intend to make that mistake. It was unintentional, right? And they're open, very, very important. They're open. Yes, I live to be corrected, as His Grace Visheshika Prabhu says. I live to be corrected, right? They respect and accept it gratefully, with open mind, open heart, open ears, and they're not defensive. When you, let's say, I give feedback to Vedahi, maybe you need to, you are doing this good, but maybe can you work this on your video? Like all of you made videos, right? If I share a feedback, that does not mean I don't respect your work. That does not mean I'm finding faults. That does not mean I don't care. I'm trying to demean you, right? What does it mean? I genuinely care and I want to bring out the best. Is it not? But if they say, no, they gives 10 reasons why she is right. Will I be inspired next time? Okay, you think you're right? You're so defensive, you're trying to justify. Okay, sorry, please forgive me. I gave you feedback. I'm sorry, right? But if whether he takes it very appropriately, oh, I'm so thankful, grateful to you, Prabhuji. You gave me some good insights which I missed. I will be very mindful of those next time, and it will help me to make a better video. You see how it changes and how it enhances the relationship. I will be inspired more. She'll be inspired more. Are you following? Now, can anyone share example from the scriptures where the receiver was good and the giver was also good? Think of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, Bhagavatam, any stories from the Holy Scriptures where you think the giver was also very great and the receiver was also great. Both were great. Can anyone think of? Yes, Sampada.
In the Ram Setu Leela from Ramayana, I don't know his name. I think Angad. I don't know the bear, the one who gave Hanuman the advice to go across the ocean and save. I mean,
Jambavant?
yeah, him. I
Yes.
think he was the one.
Excellent example. So thoughtful. Lord Ram's appearance is coming. Ramnami is right here, right? So Jambavan gave good suggestion to Hanuman, and Hanuman took it in the right way. Yes, Mishti.
Another example is when Suniti told Maharaj to go to the forest to pray to Krishna.
Actually, that example is in one of the next category. Initially it was Suruchi who told, go to the forest. But Suniti, so we'll take that example also, but very thoughtful. There are multiple examples, but let's see a few here. This is again Dhruv Maharaj's story. Dhruv Maharaj's father was Uttanpad. So this is after when Dhruv Maharaj got the kingdom. So his brother was killed, whose brother's name was Uttama. Now Uttama was killed by the Yakshas in the Himalayas, and Yakshas are followers of Kuvera. Now Dhruva, when he got to know that his brother has been killed by the Yakshas, these are like very powerful beings, he attacked Alkapuri. There was a fierce battle, big battle. And Dhruva started killing like wholesale. Not just a few Yakshas who were involved in the killing of his brother Uttama, but he started killing one after the other. Like he was about to devour their entire race. Now he is a pure devotee, right? So guess what happens further? Swayambhu Manu, who is his grandfather, the father of Uttanpad. So Dhruva's grandfather approached and said, these are all verses from the Bhagavatam translation. So I would like one of you each to quickly read. Raise your hand and I'll call out your name so you can quickly read these translations. Who would like to read? Okay, Karina, Sampada, then Atar, Avni, and Ansh. Let's go in that order. Let's read all these verses. Quick. Remember your
May I
order?
start now?
Yeah,
May I
please
start now, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Text 7. Lord Manu said, My dear son, please stop. It is not good to become unnecessarily angry. It is the path to hellish life. Now you are going beyond the limit by killing the yakshas who are actually not offenders. Hare Krishna.
Text 8. My dear son, the killing of the sinless yakshas which you have undertaken is not at all approved by authorities, and it does not befit your family, our family, which is supposed to know the laws of religion and irreligion.
My dear son, it has been proven that you are very much affectionate towards your brother and are greatly aggrieved at his being killed by the yakshas, but just consider for one yakshasa's offense, you have killed many others who are innocent.
Text 11. It is very difficult to achieve the spiritual abode of Hari in the Vaikuntha planets, but you are so fortunate that you are already destined to go to that abode by worshipping him as the supreme abode of all living entities. Hare Krishna.
Text 13. The Lord is very satisfied with his devotees when the devotee greets other people with tolerance, mercy, friendship, and equality.
I think we missed one, right? 12. Did someone read 12? Okay, who wants to read? Vinita?
Hare Krishna. Because you are a pure devotee of the Lord is always thinking of you, and you are also recognized by all his confidential devotees. Your life is meant for exemplary behavior. I am therefore surprised. Why have you undertaken such an abominable task?
Wonderful. So very clear. These are the verses of Bhagavatam. Swayambhu Manu came and told, my dear grandson, my dear Dhruva, you're a pure devotee. Why are you doing such wholesale killing of it, devouring the entire race for just a few people's fault? Is it appropriate? It's not appropriate. So please stop. Stop this. It's not good. Unnecessary over anger. No. It will lead to hellish. It will lead to wrong things. You're a pure devotee. It doesn't befit you. The Lord will not be satisfied if you do this, but he'll be satisfied when you deal with tolerance, mercy, friendship, equality. Now Dhruva had a choice to accept it or say, hey, don't bother, right? How did Dhruva react? Who wants to read text 33? Everyone, please try to work. Those who have not taken part, I would like everyone to take some part. Nishita.
My dear Dhruva, you thought that the Yakshas killed your brother, and therefore you have killed great numbers of them. But by this action you have agitated the mind of Lord Shiva's brother Kuvera, who is the treasurer of the demigods. Please note that your actions have been very disrespectful to Kuvera and Lord Shiva.
Very well, thank you. So now, Dhruva immediately, stopped his fighting, approached Kuvera, offered his respects. Then Kuvera was pacified, blessed him with faith in God, this in the remembrance of Supreme Personality of God. So immediately, he did not just hear the words, but he acted upon them, right? So hearing, internalizing, realizing, yes, you're right, my grandfather. I lost my control for a moment. So great souls also make mistakes sometimes. Unintentional, accidental mistake happened. So sometimes it may take a third person to come and intervene. Dhruva took it very, very nicely. First class, good. And Swayambhu Manu's intention was good, correct? Dhruva's intention was good. Both were great. So great combination. Okay. Another example, a classic example, comes in the story of Vyasadeva. Even authors need advice. So Vyasadeva wrote the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishad, etc. Right? He was not very happy. He was not fully satisfied. Who knows the answer why? Why he was not fully happy and satisfied? Yes, Sampada. Yes.
Because he had not written the Srimad Bhagavatam yet. He had not compiled the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes. Okay. Because he had kind of hodgepodge, somewhere, oh, doing this is good. Vedas, 99% of them talk about material development, that one should have a great, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. There is so many thousands and millions of verses in these texts. So it gets confusing, is it not? Somewhere it's written, he is supreme, somewhere she is supreme, somewhere, all mixed up knowledge. And the common masses will get confused. So his guru Dash came and gave him some advice. Who knows the answer? Please type in. Who will verbalize it while everyone is typing? Karina, you know the answer?
Oh, I was asking what was the question, Broji. I had to do something for a minute.
Who was the guru of Vyasadeva? I think most of you responded. It was Narada Muni. Very good. So Narad Muni, the great guru, gives great feedback to a great student. And what did he say? You have confused the people about the goal of life. Write about the unalloyed glories of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord. And then Vyasadeva wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam for the benefit of the humanity. So great feedback giver, great feedback receiver. Are we good here? And there are other examples also, but in the interest of time, as I think we will go to the next one. So good, bad. So here the feedback giver is good, but the receiver is proud, puffed up, egoistic. Pride, selfishness, greed makes one miss the opportunity to elevate one's consciousness in response to a well-wisher's good advice. Do you agree with that? If some good well-wisher is giving us genuine advice, but the glass is already full. I know what's right. I know I'm the best. How can you tell me what? Now think of examples from the Holy Scriptures. The giver was good, but the receiver was not. Everyone type in, and maybe whether he can verbalize it. Everyone please engage. So I'm seeing that those whose cameras are on, they are the ones who are engaging. So please everyone try to engage, try to participate, either write the comment or verbalize it. Yes, Vedahi, it will help you, right? It will help everyone to learn different aspects. Yes.
In the Mahabharata, I don't remember. Was it Krishna? He went and he told Duryodhan not to fight. Then Duryodhan laughed in his face and just was just like, yeah, whatever.
Wow, very good. So two people gave Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra advice, Akrura and Vidura. Both Akrura, devotee of Lord, Vidura, great devotee. And I think some of you wrote great examples, right? Vibhishana and Ravana, classic example, classic example. Vibhishana had right intentions, but Ravana, puffed up with pride, how dare, get out, right? That's what happened. He kicked out his brother, right? So let's see these two examples here. So pride causes degradation. Well, there is a story of Anga also. There's story. We'll come to the story maybe later, if time permits. But this is a story of Ravana. So Ravana was puffed up with pride, kidnapped Sita. You all know this story very well. Vibhishana gave, hey, please return Sita, otherwise you'll invite your death. Vibhishana warned him for his own welfare. But it is very unfortunate that he considered his genuine friend as his enemy. Is it not? He think the person who's trying to do good for him, he's thinking he's my enemy. Same here happened, right? Dhritarashtra was not just blind by eyes, but blind by ego also. So much ego. He supported his wrong sons, headed by who's going to complete this word? Dhritarashtra supported his wrong sons, headed by, yes, Lakshya?
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana. Akrura advised him to treat the Pandava fairly. Dhritarashtra said in Canto 10, text 49, sorry, chapter 49, text 27. Lakshya, you want to read this text, the bold one?
Because my unsteady heart is prejudiced by affection for my sons, these pleasing words of yours cannot remain fixed there, just as lightning cannot remain fixed in a cloud.
So he supported wrong behavior. Although being given good advice by Akrura, although being given good advice by Vidura, he did not listen. In Canto 3, chapter 1, text 13, Vidura also said. Navya, you want to read this? Who has not got chance and wants to read?
You are maintaining offense personified Duryodhana as your infallible son, but he is envious of Krishna, and because you are thus maintaining a non-devotee of Krishna, you are devoid of all auspicious qualities. Relieve yourself of this ill fortune as soon as possible and do good to the whole family.
So Vidura gave clear advice, but the person who was giving advice, Duryodhana insulted, hey, you son of the maid servant, get out of here. You are like a dog, get out. Despite his good intentions, Dhritarashtra, hearing all this, did not say, hey, my son, why you are saying wrong? This is not acceptable. And finally, what happened? We all know that all the sons of Dhritarashtra, the Kauravas, died. Why? Because of undue attachment, because of not hearing good advice. Right? So I like these points really from Prabhu's. Unfortunate are those who do not have access to worthy advice. Those people who do not have genuine well-wishers, who do not have someone to tell them, hey, you have this area for improvement in nice, genuine intention. We're talking about a good feedback giver. But more unfortunate are those who care nothing, right? Who care nothing for the good advice, even when available. So they may have caring well-wishers, parents, teachers, but the person is like Ravana or Dhritarashtra, does not care. So what's the idea? One has to humbly receive the suggestions of wise people for one's own benefit. For one's own benefit. Any comments here? Is everyone good with so we covered the good, right? We covered the good, bad. The feedback giver was good, but the receiver was bad. Now, what's the next category? The giver is bad. The giver has bad agenda, bad intentions. But the receiver is good. Now think of, come on, think of all examples coming to your mind where the receiver is good, but the giver is not. Yes, Karina. And others can type in, please.
Babaji, I was thinking of Hiranyakashipu and Prahalad Maharaj because Hiranyakashipu was trying to get everyone to say, oh, like he should worship him and stuff like that, and he was doing the same to Prahalad Maharaj, but Prahalad kept telling also that people should worship Krishna.
So who's the giver? The feedback giver is who? Hiranyakashipu?
Yes, he's trying to tell everyone that they should worship him for him to get like prideful, have a lot of ego because he thinks that he's the Lord.
Interesting example. So with Hiyos and Mishti and Suruchi and Dhruva, yes, it's perfect in this category. We'll talk about anyone else you think of. So we're in the third category now. Sometimes the words of a proud person are truthful, but intentions are not. Right? Think of the words they're saying are truth, but the intentions are bad, disingenuous. They don't really care about the good. Although the heart of someone who gives a suggestion may be mean, but a noble person tries to see and recognize the good part of it. Right? Like the honeybee mentality, trying to see the nectar even in dirt, even in filthy things. Okay, so harsh but right. The 5-year-old Dhruva wanted to sit in the lap of his father. You all know this story, right? And his stepmother Suruchi said, "Hey, get out! You're not born from my womb. How dare you? Go to the forest and worship Lord Vishnu." Was there truth there? Go to forest, worship Lord Vishnu, good idea, right? But her intentions were very bad. She didn't mean this. She meant, oh, I'm so great. If you worship Lord Vishnu, then you will get birth from my womb. And she also wanted to prove to her husband that I am pious too. See, I'm telling to worship Lord Vishnu. She wanted to show her devotional, part of her. So her harsh, insensitive words pierced Dhruva's tender heart, 5-year-old boy. You know the story. And then he was crying, and went to his mother, Suruchi. Sorry, Suniti. Suruchi was the stepmother, so he went to Suniti. And Suniti told, well, please don't feel bad about that. Actually, what she told is actually correct. You go to Lord Vishnu. Don't have negativity in your heart. Take the good part. Suniti was not envious of Suruchi. Although Suruchi, she was proud and was envious of Suniti, but Suniti did not do tit for tat. You remember you've covered this in the tit for tat and tolerate that. So she did not do tit for tat, but tolerate that. So Suniti, being a mature devotee, took the good part. So always try to take the good part. She never hated and accepted. Dhruva accepted the advice, and ultimately, Lord Vishnu came and he became a pure devotee. So, who's going to read this? Arna, you want to read these two?
A humble person sees good in the words of even the envious people without envying them. Thus, although the person who gives us a suggestion may not have good intentions, we can still see the suggestion in a positive light if it's worthy.
Isn't it beautiful? Trying to see the good even in the person. One time Prabhupada was distributing books in Delhi. Someone told, hey, why are you giving this papers? You know, in paper, people roll and they eat some chana and they just throw the paper, make a book. Although the person was not very spiritual, but Prabhupada took the, oh, yeah, this person is saying right. Prabhupada started the Back to Godhead magazine from that point. Because magazines people will not throw. Like, you know, paper, sometimes we get advertisements, mailers. We just, you know, don't. But if a book comes, right? If a book, people take it more seriously. So Prabhupada took that advice, even though the person was neutral or, you know, didn't really care much about spiritual life. Sit properly, please. But his intentions, Prabhupada took the good part of them. So always try to see good, right? We have a choice. We could say, hey, how dare Prabhupada can say, oh, you know, you're talking to Bhaktivedanta Swami. You could have said that. Who are you? You are just a common passerby. So sometimes we may get suggestions. Even the person may not have good intentions, ideas, but try to see, is there good? Is there something I need to work on? If yes, then I'll take that. Or even if not, I'll try to further enhance. I'll try to further improve. Maybe God has sent him or her as a medium. Although that person had bad intention, but I'll still try to take the good part. Are we good till here? Now the last part. Last is the bad. Correct? The giver has sorry, it's number 4. Right? The last. Okay? The bad. So the giver is weak-hearted or selfish, and the receiver is also, you know, equally bad. Such persons cannot benefit each other or anyone else. They don't want to listen, they don't want to hear. It's like both will just keep fighting and ruin both each other. Feedback givers of this type may speak so-called dharma. They may speak lofty words. Oh, you know, the Bhagavad Gita says this. Oh, you know, the scriptures say this. To suit our personal agendas. And the equally selfish receiver won't accept the ill-motivated advice. Now, think of examples in this category from the scriptures. Can anyone think of an example? Try to type in. Anyone? Okay, you all did this project recently. Samudra Manthan, correct? So what happened? When the nectar came, everyone was running. The demons snatched the nectar. We want, I first, not you, not you. And the weak asuras are saying, oh, strong asuras. By the way, you know, now they're saying we should divide this nectar equally, by the way. As per dharma, we have all worked hard, and even the demigods have worked hard. We should have a fair share. You know, we should be dharmic. Who is saying this to whom? The weaker asuras to the stronger asuras. What's the intention of weaker asuras? To get the nectar. They don't care about the demigods. They don't care about fair distribution. Given a chance, they'll just steal everything and drink themselves. But they are using, oh, the dharma says this, oh, let's be. So their intent was bad. What do you think? The senior asuras listen to them? To hell with you, right? The stronger asuras paid no attention to this feedback. And of course, the weaker asura never intended to share the nectar with the devatas, but decided dharma just because they couldn't fight. They are weaker. They can't fight and win over. So they're trying to use dharma and giving feedback. Interesting story, is it not? One more interesting story. In the Mahabharata, there were 2 brothers. The story of 2 brothers, Sanda and Upasunda. 2 brothers. Have you heard this story? Interesting story. You'll like it. Okay? They loved each other. So much they would never fight. They had so much love, appreciation for each other. It's like one person with two bodies. Like they were so connected and in tuned. They were so compatible to each other. And Lord Brahma gave them advice that the only way you would be killed is when you kill and fight with each other. And they said, okay, that's not never going to happen. In short, we will become immortal because we love each other so much. We're never going to fight. And so basically we're immortal. Good plan, right? Seems a good plan, right? And then they were asuras, they started terrorizing everyone. They started causing havoc. Brahmaji sent a beautiful Apsara, Tilotama. And guess what happened? When Tilotama came, Sanda said, oh, look, your sister has come. In short, my wife, my to-be wife and your to-be sister. Sanda said, hey, I looked at her first, so she's going to be my wife and your sister. No, 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 no. I'm giving you genuine feedback. Please listen to me. It's going to be your sister and mine. They were intoxicated. They are giving each other feedback. What is the idea? What is the agenda? To be selfish. The intention is selfish, self-motivated, not selfless. They don't really care about. They just want to that lady. They look so beautiful. So they were intoxicated. They were fighting and arguing, and they end up killing each other. It was Lord Brahma's plan. So thus materialistic people regularly disagree, compete, fight amongst themselves. They are unless they are trained to satisfy God, they cannot be peace. So it's going to cause more problems, more havoc. So now where do we kind of go from here, right? I mean, it's very clear that we need to go to good, right? We need to move towards good feedback. So let's understand what are some of the qualities of a good feedback giver or being a good feedback giver. One should be responsible and mature, understand time, place, circumstances. If I tell in front of 20 people, call you, hey, you're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Right? There's a way to communicate. There is an art to communicate. There's a time, place, circumstance to communicate. How many of you would like to be corrected in front of 20 people? Your classmates or your friends? Would anyone like? No one would like. And that too, how many of you would like to call in a harsh way to demean? No. Even if there is feedback, there is a way to tell. There's a way to communicate. Is it not? So how do we communicate? Where do we communicate? Time, place, circumstances. And do we have the right nature, well-wishing nature? Or is it, am I telling to demean the other person, to pull, hey, to tell I am better than you. Not trying to show superiority. That's not a good quality. Or wish to continue relationship. Use words to inspire, not to intimidate or demean others. Be patient. Changes don't happen overnight. Hey, last time also I told you. It's okay. How many of you has done the same mistake twice? Anyone has done? Raise your hand. Have you done the same mistake twice? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Be patient also. Shift focus from past failed to a positive future. Don't think it never worked in the past. It's never going to work. Stop. There's no point. No, be hopeful. Avoid negative feelings in oneself and in others. It's not the idea to demean or criticize, but it's the idea to genuinely help. Anything else you think of which we should add here? To be a genuine good feedback giver. Okay, let's talk about the receiver then. Humility, honesty, sincerity. Don't be proud or arrogant. One who's receiving, if you're proud, no, I already know. No, please don't. We should have a good relationship. We should not be defensive or don't prove, oh, I already know this. Yeah, I'll take care of it. Before the person could give feedback, no, I know. Oh, thank you. Yeah. The person will say, okay. He's not open, right? He's trying to defend. Don't be like a full pot. If the glass is full, it means nothing more can enter, right? If you already know, if you know everything, then there's no point in improvement. Honest people, they live to be corrected. It means that there is that I'm not perfect. Anything else anyone can think of here to add to this list? So what's the conclusion? When the feedback giver and the receiver are both in the right spirit and consciousness, there is improvement in the quality of service to the Lord, quality of relationships, the community of his devotees will improve, right? Interpersonal, intrapersonal relationship, and it will lead to happiness and good humanity. So this is pretty much the conclusion. I also added some other points. Try to develop a pull kind of system. Be hungry for improvement. If you know you have, okay, raise your hand if you have someone you think in your life who is your genuine well-wisher, feedback giver to you. Do you all have some? If you feel comfortable, you can type who that person is. So I would like to. Parents, yes, parents. Some of you said parents, yes. For most of it's parents, and it's they are because they are genuinely they care, right? So develop a pull system. Don't wait for them to tell. Let's say you did something. Ask your teachers, ask your guru. Can I did this? Do you have any suggestions I can work on? Do you think there are some areas I can work on to enhance my project, to improve? Don't wait for, because if you show eagerness, yes, you want to improve. Will it help your parents or the guru to give you more constructive advice? It will certainly help. Because every time if they are coming to you, this is called push system. But pull system, you have to like ask, because you want to improve, right? Does the doctor come to the patient or the patient comes to the doctor?
Patient.
Most cases, right?
The patient goes to the doctor.
Patient goes. The patient is extending, doctor, I need your help. Is it not? Right? I have a stomach ache or whatever, doctor, I need your help. So here it's a spiritual doctor. The right mood is the patient. We have some area for improvement. We're going to our superiors. Please help me out. Are you following this? It will help. It will inspire. And sometimes it could be push also, but pull is always better. And one more comment. Try to use the sandwich formula when you are giving feedback. Keep all those points in mind. Are we the right person? Do we have the right intention? Is it the right timing and stuff? Use the right words. Right words, remember the sandwich formula. So what does the sides of the sandwich represents? The bread. Appreciate something about them. Don't just start saying, hey, improve this, and this. Genuinely, everyone has something good, right? Let's say I'm giving a feedback to Avani, right? Avani, your video was great. I can see from the video that you put a lot of hard work, right? And as your well-wisher, I have a suggestion for you, that maybe you can adjust the timing, or I'm just hypothetically creating something, right? Maybe you can add some more effects. It will enhance your video much more. So you see, the first part, I glorified about the video from the heart, not to flatter. Genuinely, I liked something. She has some great qualities I'm genuinely appreciating. Then I wanted to convey what I wanted to convey. I conveyed that. And then, Avni, I really appreciate how you're always on time for the class and how you timely complete your homework as well. Thank you for being a wonderful role model. And I hope you'll take my words in the right way. I don't intend to point false. My intention is only to help you bring out the best in you, right? Always try to clarify intention. Is it okay, Avni? Are you comfortable? Get feedback too, that your message has been received, right? Try to see the expressions, expressions speak a lot. That the person has the message has been registered the way you wanted to communicate. Are you following? The sandwich formula. Did everyone get that? Okay, so we have covered a lot. I would like to pause here and I want to express my gratitude to all of you. I hope you all relish this. When I heard this, I read this was very insightful to me, and I have a lot to learn. But I thought it will be nice to do it together so we can learn from each other and share some examples. You all shared amazing examples. So we covered why feedback is important, right? The dynamics of feedback, self-improvement, etc. We watched a quick video. Then we covered 4 categories, combinations, good, 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 bad, bad, good, and bad, bad. And we covered quite 1 or 2 stories in each, finally concluding with what are the qualities of good feedback receiver and the qualities of good feedback giver, and how we covered the sandwich formula also. So now is your time to share something. If something struck you, anything, you have a comment, you have a question, you have some thoughts, let's talk about it. Haribol. Anyone would like to share? Please share something which struck you, right? If you learned, what's your take home from this? Everyone, please try to share at least 1 point, if not more. Yes, who would like to share? Anyone? Was there any takeaway, any insights, anything you liked from this session? Yes, Athar is the man of the match. Yes, Athar.
I liked the video and which showed us to be patient and hard work doesn't come overnight, and it'll take sometimes years for the final product to come.
Interesting. Patience. Very good. Okay. What else? Anyone else wants to share? Lakshay, what's on your mind? Then Sampada will go next.
Should I say it about the class or should I say it about the project?
You have a comment, you have anything, reflection. Reflection means something struck you. You have a take home. Or think about everyone, what would you like to apply from today's class in your life?
I like to apply to
Like
know,
the
take feedback from to know who's a genuine well-wisher and who's just doing something to get something for themselves.
So even from the bad we can learn something good. Very nice. Yes, Karina.
Prabhuji, I had a question about today's discussion. I was
Yes.
wondering, how do we know whether our well-wisher is giving good advice or bad advice? Like as I'm saying, we could easily tell if they're saying if something's good or bad, but what if we don't know and they're saying, oh, you should do something, but you don't know if it's good or bad or what their intention is for you?
Their intention or every part of speech has 2 things, content and intent, right? Content means what they're speaking. Intent means the mood, right? What they intend, right? So you are talking about the content, their content is good or their intent is good or bad?
My question is about the intent.
About the
What if we don't know if their intent is good or bad?
Okay. So you don't know their intent is good or bad, but they gave you some feedback. Now, how to understand it, right? So, good question, very thoughtful question. Thank you. So let's say someone gives you a feedback, Mr. or Miss X. You don't know that person, or you don't know their intent. Karina, first of all, through their words also we can understand. Are they being polite, gentle? You know, words speak a lot, right? I mean, you can say that the person is faking because you don't know. Are they just genuinely trying to be sweet to get, they have some hidden agenda? Could be. So it all depends. So don't trust someone overnight, right? But see if there is some truth. Let's say someone give you feedback, you're not sure. They may be speaking it sweetly or they may be speaking it harshly, correct? Karina, you need to improve on your grammar. In your English scores are very low. Just giving example, like blunt, hard, right? And if someone's Karina, I really care for you. I'm your well-wisher. And I see that your English scores are not good because the grammar, you need to work on the grammar. I would really appreciate, and maybe shares here are some things you can do to enhance your grammar, right? The both content was more or less same, improve grammar, correct? But there was a lot of difference of choice of words. So sensitive people use words differently. But let's say you are still not sure whose intent was right, whose intent was wrong. We cannot change others. Can we change? Can we change how others will talk to us, what others will intend? But we can do a self-check. Okay, this person gave me feedback. Is it truth? Am I really bad in grammar, or how are my grammar scores? If my grammar scores are low, forget about their intent. Like Suruchi with bad intent told Dhruva, Dhruva took it seriously and became a pure devotee. So even the person was saying a good intent or bad intent, I will improve my grammar and I'll enhance my score. Who got benefited in this? You got benefit, right? You were the one who, that person, if they're speaking with bad intent, they will get the reaction. If they're speaking in good intent, they'll get the reaction. But you took it neutrally, and you got the benefit. So finding, and with time, you'll understand that this person is a well-wisher. So, great relationships are not built overnight. Like most of you said, your parents or your teachers are that good person, right? The good feedback giver. Because they have been cultivating, nurturing you, protecting you for not to just yesterday, from decades or years, many, many years. So you know their intention. So when you don't know, take it with the benefit of doubt, I would say. If it is genuinely helpful, take it. If not, if you realize, no, my score just once a time I got low, but overall I get healthy scores and my grammar is good, but I'll still take it in the right way, try to improve, and that's it. Don't take it too hard. Don't feel how dare he say that. No, don't be so defensive. You don't know who am I? I'm the topper in English. I get first grades, all A's in English, and you are saying you are a fool, you are this, you are that. Get out of here. Right? Does that help? Okay. Any few
Thank you so much.
thoughts
Hare
and
Krishna.
comments? Thank you. Thoughtful question. Anyone else? Sampada? Everyone, please share what you would like to apply from today's, like anything you have. How will we apply anything? Yeah, you can type also. Somebody want to share something?
Sure. I learned that we should be a good feedback receiver to both good and bad feedback givers, and also we need to be a good feedback giver to both good and bad feedback receivers.
I would say one point. If someone is not willing to receive feedback, should we still do? So even if your best intentions, best words, the person is not going to listen, don't waste time. Are you following? Because it will only cause more agitation to that person, because and it will not work good, right? Try with a small thing. Don't if you want to try also. But if you see, even for a small thing, they are so proud. And let's say you said a small thing, like a very small thing. And for a small thing, they're not willing to listen. They'll not listen to bigger things, right? It starts. That means there is no relationship. That means they don't want to hear. And someone who's like closed, dare not tell me anything because I'm already full. I know what's best. Duryodhana mentality. I know what's right. I am the best. If rest everyone is a fool, they will not listen. Don't waste time to those people. Good thought. Yes, Vinita.
Hey Krishna Prabhuji, I was just thinking when it comes to like receiving and giving advice, or like when knowing who to give advice and not to give advice to, I was just thinking like one example in my head, when you're trying to like educate someone on the Gita or something like that, for example, how like you should only do it with people who you know are genuinely interested and want to learn, versus somebody who's like who you know isn't very interested, and then like if you go up to them and you're just like, hey, do you want to learn about something, and they're not visibly interested, how that might just cause like a little bit more resentment in them, like, why is this person talking to me? I don't want to know about this. So I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, thoughtful, very thoughtful. These are very practical topics, right? So now next time you are in such situations, which may come any day, right? We'll be more mindful, right? So I hope it was helpful, and I am very grateful to all of you for taking your most valuable time. And if whatever you feel inspired, write some takeaways from this session. Try to write some takeaways, something struck you, something you would like to apply in your life, and feel free to share with me if you feel like. Okay, so we'll pause here. Thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha pitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Good night. Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
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 Prabhuji.